Despite the hype, the life of a Formula One star isn't only about racing and testing. Sometimes the world's top drivers get to have a winter holiday with their workmates and a small posse of the world's press. The traditional Ferrari team off-season break gave the media a chance to see how the sport's elite relax. And arriving by private helicopter is just the beginning for six-time world champion Michael Schumacher. After spending Christmas with his young family in Norway, Schumacher flew to the Italian winter resort for some off-season fun with his teammates in what has become the traditional annual team-building exercise. Michael said he's ready to continue in Formula One beyond the end of his current Ferrari contract in 2006. But the record six-time world champ said that the time to quit would come if his teammate, Brazilian Rubens Barrichello, was quicker than him. Ducati MotoGP racer Loris Capirossi was invited along, prompting the unanswered question, is he considering a move to four wheels? But the team also confirmed the extension of Rubens' contract.
Yeah, this is true. I mean, it's something that we've only signed the real contract yesterday, but the intention and I mean, all the papers have been going through faxes on and off all the time. So we basically knew just before Christmas that that was what we want, and I've always been very proud of the situation because it's not just something that Rubens is believing on the work of Ferrari. It is something that Ferrari is believing on the work of Rubens. We never talk about one year. We've always talked about 2 years more. So this is gives me a great pleasure, and it was always my first option.
After that announcement, team leader Michael admitted that he was glad to have Rubens staying with the team for another 2 years as his wingman.
Yeah, obviously I'm very happy on that. I think it was a very natural and logical decision. If you look at it, there was nothing better Ferrari could have done, and we have a good team spirit, a good team atmosphere. We have a lot of success. We have a stable situation from all the management, and to have a stable situation from the drivers can only help. And we all know, since he's in the team, what the team has achieved.
Barrichello joined Ferrari in 2000 after 7 seasons in Formula One with Jordan and then Stuart Ford.
I've always said I've been very proud of having Michael as a teammate. I've been always compared to the best, and we have a great relationship together. We work well for the team and to the team, which means we can have good years ahead.
Ferrari will unveil their latest car at Maranello soon, but Barrichello was coy when asked what he expected of the new car.
Well, it's a tough question because you know, the car is beautiful as always, but it's we have to wait and see. I mean, just next couple of weeks we're going to have the new car presented, and we're going to start testing. The plans are for us to take the new car to the new season, to Melbourne, and if all goes well, I hope the car is competitive enough for us to really do it.
So, can he finally deliver that first world title this season after 10 years in Formula One?
Who knows, but I keep on fighting. I have the number 2 on the car, and I have to work hard to have number 1 next year. I keep on.
For his part, Schumacher said he's still enjoying the sport and would be happy to stay on beyond the end of his current Ferrari contract. But he said the time to quit would come if he lost the edge. That would be potentially dangerous. The German said a faster rival from another team would merely prompt him and Ferrari to try harder. 6 times a champion, Schumacher is the undisputed king of Formula One, but he claimed his skills on the slopes aren't as good.
I think actually my skiing improved much more than my racing, which I think I'm lucky about, because if I would have been that bad in racing, I would have never been arrived in Formula One. But no, it's a great enjoyment to be skiing every year here, because there's good condition, good resorts, a lot of friends. I really like to come here.
For this season, Schumacher expects tough competition from the Williams, McLaren and Renault teams.
Basically, I foresee a very tough competition for this year. We know our rivals are strong, but we will be strong too. I have no doubt. It will be an interesting season because I don't think you can say if somebody clearly is in front in the beginning of the season, that he will be the champion in the end of the season, because it's going to be a long season with a lot of changes through the season.
The signing of his new contract ends speculation linking Rubens with a move to Williams in 2005 as replacement for fellow South American Juan Pablo Montoya, who is switching to McLaren. Coming from tropical Brazil, Rubens understandably doesn't go in much for winter sports. As he pointed out, he snowboards for only 1 or 2 days a year, so he's only a beginner, although his skiing isn't bad. Barrichello played a decisive role in securing Schumacher's 2003 title win by taking the last Grand Prix of the season in Japan and preventing McLaren's Kimi Raikkonen from leapfrogging Ferrari's #1 driver. In contrast to his teammate, and despite his claims to the contrary, Schumacher is very competent on the slopes. The team took part in various ski races with invited guests like Loris Capirossi, a friend of Ferrari test driver Luca Badoer. Italian Capirossi scored a maiden MotoGP season win for the Italian Ducati team and said it was like an Italian winning in a Ferrari. Then it was time for something a bit closer to home, a kart race, although poor old Rubens would have a steep learning curve here too. In his time at Ferrari, Rubens has often been obliged to play second fiddle to teammate Michael Schumacher on the track, most notably in controversial circumstances in Austria 2 years ago, when he was ordered to move over when within sight of the checkered flag. It hasn't stopped the popular driver racking up 7 wins while helping Ferrari to 4 constructors' titles in a row. This season, Schumacher will be aiming for a 5th successive driver's title and an unprecedented 7th in total. Earlier, Capirossi had been racing around the slopes on a snowmobile, but the experience hadn't given him a winning advantage once he, Rubens, Luca and Michael got onto 4 wheels. The Ferrari team is intact and in touch, but Michael's brother Ralph, who followed his brother into Formula One in 1997, is currently in talks with the Williams team about extending his contract. The only place to be in this race was in front. Shards of sharp ice are churned up by those spiked tyres. But at least this time there were no team orders, although the finish did look like there might have been some.
It's a fantastic event. It's a good atmosphere. We have a lot of fun events we're doing here for the skiing, for the karting, for the fiacolata. I mean, it's a lot of fun, and even in the evening, plenty of dancing.
Schumacher wouldn't elaborate on his own contractual obligations or even his plans for the future, but there are suggestions that Ferrari may offer him an extension to his contract following reports, both in Germany and Italy, that he may retire in 2006 or even before. Despite what he says, Michael certainly gets down the hills at a fair pace, although his Northern European heritage probably doesn't hurt. That and his natural competitive instinct. Undoubtedly the finest racing driver of the modern era, Michael earns a staggering salary for doing what comes naturally to him. But interestingly, he doesn't get a company car from Ferrari, for the road anyway. Instead, he and Rubens drive top-drawer Maseratis, another supercar maker owned by Ferrari's parent, Fiat.